you please. You can feel my pain.
I love it. I guess we're confronting the pig pen today.
Yeah, let's go.
It's very similar topics. Let's see. Oh, these guys are putting their music loudly as usual.
I'm not related to the strangers under the TV, but I relate. Those strangers could have been me. Words could never ever explain the raw tragedy. It's not a murder, just murder with more rapidly. I bring
It's a lovely party here. Enjoy you guys. We're having a good time here, aren't we?
You know what? People are hear the music, they look towards us, they see our posters.
Nice.
So we're using them for our advantage.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. Let's see. I think I'll look. God damn. Not this garbage.
No, it's not rubbish. You can't compare between granny music and this.
It's funny how one of the main arguments of these people is, oh, you know, foreign issues are not our problem. But then they have free Palestine here. So if foreign issues are not your problem, what is this?
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. I find it very funny.
I've got the leaflets.
Oh Lord, I'm mercy. Look at this. Property devaluation, sore eyes, headache. What is the government to blame? Oh no! No way, man. Bro, this is, oh no. Keep it away, censor this. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the faint of heart. Oh, it's the same thing. Big pharma, big fines, big pharma, big fines, sex education at schools. How are you?
10 million on offers to change your mind. I bet you can't.
Change my mind for 10 million. Yeah, he looks like the kind of man who has 10 million in his pocket, definitely.
Job is an offer of 50 million for one actual scientific observable real proof.
Anyway, have this, my friend. I'm sure you'll find some people who will appreciate it more than us.
Millions here one day. Millions here one day. Gotta go through a case. Marriage.
Time is flat. Jesus Christ.
Mine is 100%. I researched it for well over a year. It's the unavoidable conclusion. And the other conclusion you have to come to is we're all fucking in it together against the people. We're rolling on it. We're rolling on it.
No, what's yours? Oh, which one of them? Ah, okay.
So if you watch, type it on YouTube, Flat Earth Dave, who's a New York legend, does
How much
it.
would they
Box
pay
clever.
you? How much would they pay?
Have you ever heard of the Coriolis effect? Have you ever heard of the Coriolis effect? How do you explain that?
I've heard of gravity as well, and when I looked into it, it's just pseudoscience.
How much
Pseudoscience.
per hour?
If you believe in gravity, because that's most
So why is there wind on Earth?
Well, wind machines and all sorts.
Wind machines?
You don't believe the weather's been weaponised? Because when you see
Wind machines.
guys, mate, I don't want to harp on about half.
That is a new one. I've never met a flat earther who speaks about wind machines. And that's what causes wind. Oh, you want this?
I mean, it's the chemtrails that are pissing a lot of people off as well. And literal
And the wind
planes up
machines,
there,
huh?
full of chemicals, well, tanks of chemicals, there's no people on them.
Where are these wind machines?
I was seeing that in fucking hills and shit.
The
mate.
hills?
Yeah. I mean, we were taught at school that the clouds came from like precipitation from mountains and then came across and went across. But when
Yeah,
you
that's the
observe
cycle of water.
When you observe it, you just see lines of chemicals going across, and then they just spread out and just settle and just block out the sun. I studied it for hours. Do you know what one of the craziest things I ever said? He said to me, "Armed police at Buckingham Palace, right? There was 1.5 million was marching around London, and I spotted the first chemtrail. So I gave him a bit of a lesson.
Hold on a second. How does the armed police? What does the armed police have to do with the chemtrails?
Well, he was at Buckingham Palace, right? So he's a royal armed police. And what I said to him, I pointed out a chemtrail. And I said, if they don't stop soon, I'm going to get a direct energy weapon on one of your mates and shoot one out of the fucking sky off the coast of Wales.
You know, you could go to jail for that if you start threatening them.
Okay, so now when I go to the coast of Wales or Anglesey, I get like army helicopters and army jets like hovering above me because they think I'm going to pull a little weapon out of my pocket.
Dude, you can't be threatening the police with a terror attack like that.
Off the coast of Wales, the plane's only going to fall.
It doesn't matter, it's in the borders of Great Britain.
Listen, if I go, if the plane's up there, no people on, and there's tanks of chemicals and the spraying to all the population, station.
What do you mean no people on? There's people in the planes.
No, not all of them. There's literally planes. I can show you planes.
What do you mean, the drones?
There's only tanks in there. We have a pilot. We have like, say, chemtrail units. But we're literally planes up there just full of tanks. No people.
So what's the purpose of the chemtrails?
To poison our air, to poison our food, to poison our water, and to play God with the weather.
I mean, don't you think that the politicians would be breathing the same air as we are breathing?
Yes, but when you look at the politicians, right? Well, for example, it's been banned. It's just been banned in 2 more states in America. Chemtrails. So it's acknowledged. It's on the government website. You can study it at Harvard Uni, the geoengineering of the weather. And once you acknowledge the geoengineering of the weather, you've got to acknowledge that the geocentric system, stroke flat Earth, is a real thing.
You need to realize one thing. I'm sorry, but you need to realize one thing. The politicians are breathing the same air as you are. If the politicians poison the air, they poison themselves. Why would they do that?
It's been banned in, like, for example, Palm Springs, which is where Donald Trump.
Palm Springs? What does that have to do with this?
We don't have the chemtrails, we don't have the 5G.
Dude, you're saying the chemtrails are on top of us. If they're on top of us, the politicians are breathing the chemtrails.
Okay, they are. Well, the top politicians, who are out in Palm Springs and shit like that, we don't have 5G and we don't have chemtrails. Because 5G is a militarised weapon.
5G?
It's a weapon. It's a weapon.
A weapon of what?
Radiation and electromagnetic frequencies.
So hold on a second. You think that the elites have enslaved us, right?
They're just about to press the button and fully enslave us. But
Okay, lovely. So why do the elites try to kill us?
It's the digital slave. The digital ID is like slavery. If they get rid of cash, they install the digital
Look, man, as far as I know, if you have a slave, you don't try to kill that slave. That's how slavery worked throughout history.
Okay, but by their calculations, there's too many goyim or slaves, what I call them.
Oh,
Too
Lord,
many of them.
Goyim, huh?
Yeah.
We're getting into that
Every
territory now.
Christian sounds like an anti-Semite. You know what I mean? Even the good Jews hate the Zionists. And
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the Goyim now and all of that
Well,
kind
that's
of
what Reagan
stuff.
Grace out, yeah? And according to their calculations, there's too many of us. So according to their calculations, they're literally set in 20-foot stone in America called the Georgia Guidestones. There are 10 commandments in the New World Order in 9 different languages. The first one is maintain the population at a perpetual balance of 500 million. So they're literally intent to genocide off.
But the world population is still growing, though.
Okay, but again, overpopulation is a myth. Once you acknowledge the
What do you mean it's a myth?
Hey, the system can't cope with the people. The system is not designed to cope with the people. We're in trillions and trillions and trillions of
What
pounds
part
worth
of
debt,
it is a
right?
myth?
Well, there's room for plenty more. The system can't cope
Room
with
where?
any more.
To live as bums? Like this? To live like this? Sure, people could live like this in the future. But this is not a good quality of life. People don't want to live like
It's
this.
a temporary measure. It's a temporary measure. But there's enough resources. There's enough room. That's the key. There's enough room. Yeah. So overpopulation.
What, in
is
the
a myth.
desert or something? In the
sense of
jungle? In the
room.
mountains?
Plenty of places to go.
There are.
I tell you, I stayed recently at a CPTSD camp in Bath and had a log cabins myself. We had like donkeys on there. We had a little bar, little things like that, like off-grid living.
Look, man, there's one thing that you need to understand in this conversation about overpopulation. People don't want to live just anywhere. Like, you could go to a place in Mongolia, like completely desolate place. Life is garbage there. It's not good. Like, you can technically build a house there, but where are all the commodities? Where is the energy production? Where is the fuel? Where are the roads? Where is the infrastructure? Nothing. People want to live where life is good. And life is good in the West.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? I remember one of our first conversations, and I'm pretty sure you didn't really acknowledge
What?
the poverty in England is real. Most people I know...
Of course there's poverty in England.
Most people I know now are struggling to put food on the table, and putting the heating on for an hour at night is a luxury.
Yeah, but this is not a poor country. This is a country where there's plan B, C, D,
They're in so much fucking debt, it's unbelievable. We're in fucking debt, right? Most people who are going out there, who are going out working with stereotypical 9 to 5, you know, like kind of like...
Every country has some national debt. You know that?
That's what, sorry?
Every country has some national debt.
But it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's economics.
It's in trillions. It's in trillions.
It's not ridiculous, it's economics.
No, well, the whole economic structure is ridiculous. The most real...
What do you want to do? Like abolish the banks? You want to abolish the banks or something?
I'm not saying that. I mean,
How are we going to run society like that?
keeping cash alive is a key thing. Yeah, what if you get rid of cash? No, because their plan is to get rid of cash and have a central banking digital currency.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is we'll integrate it with the social credit score system which has been running out in China. Right?
Yes, it's happening in China.
Okay, but it's going to spread out everywhere in their sick-walk mind, right? So the problem with that is, if you say something out of line on social media, for example, you go and try and spend some of your credits or whatever, yeah? So sorry, you can't spend it today because of something you said online. Sorry, your car won't start in 2 days because you breached community guidelines and said, you know what I mean? It's a form of a prison, a digital prison.
I mean, honestly, if your quantifier for innocent speech is to tell a policeman that you're gonna shoot this place and bomb that place, then I'm sorry, you deserve the.
I've only said I'm going to shoot a plane
sanctions
out of the
you
sky.
get.
It's a chemtrail plane, and I'll do it.
Well, you can't be saying that. That's literally encouraging violence. You're threatening to commit acts of violence.
You're calling for more
Yes, to defend ourselves against the invasion.
The taxpayers of England, most of whom are below the breadline.
Taxpayers of the UK, actually, not just England.
To give you fighter jets to go and poke a bear, where it's threatening
Poke
to
a bear?
London, I'd say,
Dude, this bear is gonna come after you soon. This bear is already meddling with your politics.
Hey, I know that. And see,
So what's the problem?
He's boasting about his senior weapons to NATO, right? Putin said that. The senior Russian military said London was the first target. I'm here, yeah. I fucking hate London. I'm from Manchester, being 200 miles
what's your
away.
point?
Yeah. The point is that reactions of you're asking for our taxpayers' money to more fighter jets, which are referred to as poking the bear as Russia.
Poking the bear what, man? You don't poke the bear, you put the bear down.
But reactions that
Poking the bear.
Hey, come on, man.
What sort of defeatism is this? If the West united, if the West finally found its courage again, the West could put Russia down like that.
Okay, but you say that Russia's a terrorist state, and
Yes.
I have to shout, England is a terrorist state.
No, it's not. Why do you live here then?
I'm English, mate.
Why do you live here?
They're terrorists, mate.
Okay, which state is not terrorist?
Well, we're fucking all out, aren't they, pretty much? Because they're all under the guise
Okay, so everyone is terrorist.
Ukraine's a terrorist state.
You know what?
Define terrorism.
No, hold on.
Define
I think your
terrorism.
idea of terrorism is whoop. You know what's terrorism? To threaten. No. You know what's real terrorism? It's threatening to bomb a plane, to put down a civilian plane. That's
No,
terrorism.
I've never done that.
Oh, you've never done that.
Not
What
a
did you do
civilian
then?
plane, a plane full of tanks was culling the population. I'll go and shoot whatever was out of sky in Wales. Of course I will.
It's still a
We're at
crime.
war.
It's still terrorism.
Is it?
Yeah.
Would it not be justified terrorism?
No. Oh, justified
Hey, no, it's
terrorism.
an interesting concept.
Justified
Come on.
terrorism.
Hey, these bastards,
That is
right?
hilarious.
These are dropping chemicals on us. Aluminium.
I don't believe in that.
Hey, it's on the government website. You can study it at Harvard University.
some kind of a
with
conspiracy
geoengineering of the
website?
weather, right? It's on the NASA website.
Dude, there's zero proof of this garbage. There's zero proof the Earth is flat. The Earth is round. It's a globe.
It's not. I used to believe
It's a
that.
globe.
I researched
You should
it.
still believe that, because
Once
that
you
is
go
the
flat,
truth.
Once you go flat, you don't glow back. I'm telling you. I find it utterly preposterous to believe that we are on a spinning fucking ball. What shapes the Earth, Tim? It's flat. It's flat. Honestly, when I was actually settling an argument by someone in the research department at the BBC and the bizarre genius, right? And she said, he's lost the plot, he thinks the Earth's flat. My initial reaction was, you need sectioning, you crazy bastard. What do you mean the Earth's
I'm
flat?
actually thinking the same about you right
That,
now.
I researched it for well over a year, and now I'm known as like the high priest.
You wasted a lot of time.
What are you even talking about at this point, man?
Well,
Dude, this
you
is
know,
some confused
we're going off on tangents, but if you're not with us, you're with the devil. It's as simple as that.
What devil?
So back to poking the bear.
What's poking the bear? Who's the bear?
Well, most people in the West would refer to the actions of what NATO are doing through Ukraine.
What did NATO do?
As poking the bear.
What did NATO do?
Well, how many military bases have NATO got on the Russian border? And how many
In
military
Ukraine?
bases
In
have
Ukraine?
got? Yeah.
Zero.
No, that's not true.
What do you mean it's not true? Name one Ukrainian NATO base.
How many have we got like dotted around like China?
No,
and
name
Iraq?
one NATO base in Ukraine. Show me evidence. Where are these NATO bases?
Well, I can show you a lot of bioweapon labs.
Oh, here we
Well,
go.
you don't acknowledge we have bioweapons.
You know what the Russians are saying? The Russians are saying they're developing.
They're gonna bomb Britain, won't they?
The Russians
That's
are
what we said,
saying.
they're gonna
The
bomb
Russians are
Britain.
saying they're developing a virus to attack Anglo-Saxon genes in particular. What do you think of that?
I think that's like eugenics and Hitler-like. You know what I mean?
So what's the problem with helping the Ukrainians fight against the Russians?
Because personally, for me, and I think most people with me on this, but wasting billions of pounds, and this isn't just Ukraine, this is like worldwide, yeah, wasting billions of pounds on fighter jets that are going to drop missiles, that are going to kill a shitload of people. But that's never the answer, yeah.
What's the answer?
They take world peace and getting me through.
What do you mean world peace? World peace how? You go to Putin, you say, please, Putin, give us world peace.
Please stop genociding me.
Well, I've had two visions recently. One, I was in there on the phone to Putin, and the other one, I was in the back garden at St James's Park, and Bill Gates was in front of me, and he was screaming like a little bitch. I took all his land off him and became the biggest landowner in America, and then Bill Gates got his phone out.
Dude, this is a different topic. You need to stick to one topic when you talk to someone. What's the solution to Putin?
To Putin, get me through there on the phone to him and let's talk.
Let's talk about what? We already talked with them.
What's Putin said to you, man?
What's Putin said?
Yeah.
Putin made promises and he broke those promises. Yeah, and then not to me, man.
Well, do you want to come through there with me?
Yes, I was there. I shook hands with Putin. I was like, yes, Putin, we'll make this deal with you. Dude, don't be joking, man. Don't be joking.
Zelensky's got an
Don't be
expensive
bloody
cocaine
joking.
habit.
Oh, now we're talking about Zelensky. Okay, now we're talking about cocaine.
Come
What's
on,
next? We're going to talk about other drugs.
Well,
Dude, what's the solution to Putin?
Child trafficking.
Yeah, you know what's child trafficking? It's Russia stealing thousands of Ukrainian kids and bringing them to Russia and trying to re-educate them, to brainwash them.
Okay, so
that's child trafficking.
Okay, so our social services in this country are involved in child trafficking, but it goes a lot deeper than that. There's children that are being harvested just for their organs. They've got no quality of life.
What do you think this is, China?
Growing up in a cage, yeah, and they're being harvested for body parts in adrenochrome.
Dude, that happens in China, not here.
It happens everywhere. Right, listen, right?
I mean, look, maybe you'll find a case or two of it happening here. In China,
not cases,
it's the status quo. It happens all the time
Hundreds
there.
of thousands of children are going missing in this
hundreds of
country.
thousands.
Yeah, even in this country, do you not see the stats released?
And most of them are found.
No, we're not. No, a lot of them are sold to a
Most
eugenics
of them are
facility.
found in the end.
Right, so I do podcasts with a boxer in the mate fight. It was called Box Clever or Ring of Truth. We've had some quite influential people on, and we expose the child trafficking in the UK. There's people in the House of Lords like Lord Darcy, and that word alone there, that drug, that midazolam, it's an end-of-life drug that used to murder all the elderly in care homes. Them bastards need to know.
Yeah, I'm aware of the midazolam situation.
So
I don't think it's comparable to the COVID vaccine.
Well, no, again, the vaccines, like making footballers drop dead on football pitches everywhere. I can show you like 20-minute clip now of athletes in the last 2 years just dropping.
We're kind of switching topics though. What's the solution to Putin?
You mentioned the vaccine, yeah? So the devastation of the vaccine is something that is causing, like everyone's a victim of it, yeah? Because if you believed in it at first it was going to save people, and then you've seen people die, that's shit. People like me that were screaming, don't take the fucking vaccine, it's going to kill a shitload of people. There's no pleasure in being right about that. I saw it coming before it happens.
It's a big mistake to talk about the vaccine.
Supply, bioweapons, 4 years supply.
Now we're going on another tangent.
Well, you compared that to that, so I'm just clarifying them.
Okay, look, let's make this conversation simple. So what's the solution to the problem with Russia? What's the solution to our Russian problem, to the Putin problem?
Bring down the government.
Which government? Our government?
Worldwide. They've got a couple. You don't acknowledge them as terrorists.
So let me get this straight. The UK is helping Ukraine defend themselves against Russia, and your solution to stop Russia is to bring down the British government.
I know it's the British government. You've got to bring down the whole lot.
Well, there is no world government.
Mate, there is. So
no, there isn't. It's not the world government. I've seen their videos. I've seen the people who go there. Trump been there.
Klaus Schwab.
Trump has been there.
Okay, so I point out that Trump won the election. People presume that I'm pro-Trump, whereas I'm not. I'm a believer that JFK.
Because a lot of people who claim the same things that you're claiming support Trump. But anyway, let's.
Well, I don't. I've got a song called Trump. I've just been recording songs for years. I've got a song called Trump. Call him out big time.
But hold on a second. I don't want you to misunderstand my argument about Trump. Trump is not necessarily fully in agreement with the World Economic Forum. He's just been there. Putin has been there.
Yeah,
many people have been there. It doesn't automatically mean they represent them.
Problem with the word global again, but Putin.
I mean, look, if I go to the House of Commons, I'm invited to do like a 5-minute speech or whatever. Yeah. Does that automatically mean I represent all of the British interests? No. I'm just someone who was invited to speak there for a second. Okay, so why are you saying that the World Economic Forum is the world government?
Because we pretty much are when you put them alongside the UN and the WHO. The three of them and the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. You know what I mean? They're the problem. The IMF, the UN, the WHO, the WEF. We're just about to sign over a UN treaty, yeah, they signed that, and I sent it to an MP the other day, I said, if we sign that, everyone that died in World War I and World War II died for nothing. We just give away our sovereignty. We've put the power of our nation in the hands of Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab, basically. And I was chatting to a guy yesterday, we agreed that Klaus Schwab's the real life Dr. Evil, and he's the ultimate Bond villain, and he's pulling the strings. They're pulling the strings.
I assume you haven't seen Putin's speeches. You would know who's the real James Bond villain. Which one exactly? That's the right question. Of course I watched it. I did a long speech. It was garbage. Of course it was garbage. Tucker Carlson was shining Putin for 2 hours.
If you're telling me that we live on a globe, then I question your discernment big time. Like you believe anything. Well, you actually, we're not on a spinning fucking ball, mate. Well, we were all indoctrinated to believe we live on a spinning ball. Right? So if you're telling me we still live on a spinning ball, then I question your discernment.
A spinning pancake is much more believable,
no,
truly.
It's not a spinning pancake.
Oh, it's a stationary pancake. Is it on the plate of God? He's about to cut us into pieces and eat
People
us.
say, aren't you going to fall off the edge? No, I get it. I mock my mate, but I didn't go out there on social media
But you
or in
realize
public.
this is a ridiculous idea.
Listen,
This has zero proof.
no, there was loads of proof.
There's zero believable proof.
I
All the
self-defined
pictures,
the
all
term.
the satellite pictures, you guys say, oh, it's all fabricated.
Satelloons. The Nazis never
what?
lost satelloons.
Satelloons?
The Nazis never lost
You mean
the war.
satelloons?
The Nazis never lost the war.
Nazis never lost the war. Okay,
America started NASA and started in NATO.
You're
You look at
misrepresenting reality.
Operation Paperclip.
I know what
You know about
Operation. I
Operation
know
Paperclip?
Operation Paperclip.
Okay,
Yes, I know that
so
many of the
Van der
Nazi
Broek-
scientists were
Van der
employed
Broek-
by the Americans.
Van der
The
Broek-
Nazis lost the war, and that's why their scientists
Not
were
if
employed
you're
by the
still believing
Americans.
NASA. Not if NASA are getting billions of pounds of American taxpayers' money. We've never lost
Pounds
the war.
of American
Dollars then,
taxpayers.
dollars then,
Okay,
whichever, yeah.
better.
It still equates to pounds. Go on.
I mean, sure, you can make a transition. They're
NASA
not
are
getting
the
paid
biggest
in
fraud
pounds.
ever. They're getting paid billions. Biggest fraud ever. But what you see, what you've got to come to accept then, that if NASA are faking it, and so are a Russian space agency, so are the fucking Chinese. But I mean, that Chinese one recently.
I mean, you don't even believe
that
that we live on a globe.
we don't.
I don't know what's the point in discussing about NASA.
I believed it for over 30 years. And
then what happened?
And when I researched it for a year, and when I came to the unavoidable conclusion that
I don't even want to think about what kind of research you've done.
Okay, so unbelievable amount. Let me grab my phone.
Oh no.
Actually, I think we'll get going. I'll see you later.
Fox Clever Army. Fox Clever Army, the gold one, yeah.
Fox Clever
Army. You'll see a lot of it. So last night there was GM police and Merseyside police going in there. I'm chasing them down. I go hard on them, yeah.